Yo, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about our best private sale projects that we got into. One of my members told me that the best thing to do is just to be transparent and show you guys some of the private sales that we got into as a collective that has been doing well for us. Even right now in this bear market, a lot of these are really holding up, especially the first one, as you can see right now, is Blocktopia, right? This is basically to get you guys ready for the next bull run, to talk about how to actually maximize things in the next bull run when you get into these private sales, right? So before we get into talk about that, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 10K subscribers. So if you guys would like to help out with that, just hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment anything in the comment section down below, and most importantly is to hit that bell button to get notified every time I'm uploading a new video. And lastly, check out the description down below for the Discord and the Patreon. Remember, the Patreon has a new tier regarding private sales. So if you guys would like to get into some upcoming projects, private sales, join that Discord, join that Patreon, and let's get right into it, guys. So some of you guys may see this as like a shill session, but it's really not a shill session. It's just more to like show you guys the potential of what you can do when you get into projects very early and get into their private sales, right? So the first one we got up here is Blocktopia. We got into the private sale of Blocktopia at 0.00175. Right now it is at 0.003, right, which is very high still, but you can only imagine when Blocktopia got it to its all-time high of 17 cents, where we got way below under a penny, right? What was that, 3/2 of a penny or something like that, right? We got at that price where Blocktopia got up to 17 cents. That made some unrealized millionaires in the group, right? They wasn't able to cash it all out, but they was able to make their money back and more, a lot more. So even on the first allocation given out, they was able to make their money back and actually reinvest that into different things, right? And Blocktopia, we got in so early that the metaverse topic hadn't kicked off yet, right? So a lot of people, there was only a few people that really got into Blocktopia, right? And those were the lucky few, because the topic of metaverse hadn't picked up just yet, and that's how early it was. Soon as metaverse, Facebook changed their name to essentially Meta, that's when the full metaverse thing just went crazy, and Blocktopia seen crazy new highs and made people a lot of money at this point in time right now, right? And this is still holding up great. This is still, to me, it's still a decent price if you wanted to get into it. Not financial advice, of course, if you wanted to get into it right now, because it's way below under a penny now, right? And for it to get up to its all-time high, that is a big win for you guys still. Now for the people who got into the private sales like me and my guys and the Patreon, this right here is very high for us, but we still holding our bags and things like that. So things is looking good for Blocktopia. Now the next project we got into the private sale of was Engine Starter. Engine Starter, we got into the private sale price of 0.004 cents. Now it is at 0.002 cents, right, which is below private sale, right? It is below private sale price, but at one point in time it was at 24 cents, so it is down 99% from its all-time high. But when we got in, we was actually able to reap the benefits of getting in this very early, right, and actually sell around the top, sell towards halfway, and just continue to sell. This actually came out perfectly around the perfect time of play to earn and launch pads having their narrative going on. So Engine Starter was a big win for us in itself. As of right now, it is below its private sale price, so people may want to see if they want to get into this right now. As you can see, it's at $1 million market cap, right? They've been working with a bunch of projects. They're still launching a bunch of projects, which we're actually going over on the channel as of right now. There's a few new projects that they're going to be launching. I feel like there's going to be some great opportunities for you guys to even look into, right? You can go onto their website and figure out how to get into their private sales and things like that. Now let's move on to the next project we got into the private sale of that is holding up well for us. Now these are all winners that I'm showing you guys. Now there's some big losers, of course, that we can talk about. One of the biggest losers was MetaMall. For a lot of us, essentially for me, that was my biggest L. I did put in a lot of money to get into MetaMall's private sale. Essentially, I was thinking that was going to be the next Blocktopia. It was going to do numbers like Blocktopia, even half of what Blocktopia did. That's why I got into MetaMall. So like so big. There's a bunch of other L's in there that haven't taken off. Some actually, like I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 projects that fully rugged us, right? And that wasn't a good sign. But the fact is that we got into so many private sales. Our wins outweigh our losses, especially if we hit like things like Blocktopia, Engine Starter, Scallop, Meld. Those people that got into those private sales early was able to offset the L's that they took on some of the other projects. And some of the other projects are just, they're just not really moving as of right now. Potentially could be waiting for the narrative to pick up, or just because of the down market, right? So I'm not just trying to say we've only been winning in this Patreon group as of right now. We've had our losses, but our wins outweigh our losses. Like, so now the next project, like I said, I was going to talk about was Scallop. We got into this at 10 cents. The private sale for this at 10 cents. Now, this we fully got out of it. I think at the max point, this was like worth $10,000 or something. I don't even remember. But it is at 22 cents right now. All time high was $20.10, right? And we got into the private sale at 10 cents. You can imagine how much that turned into, right? So this is something, this was more of a long-term play for us too. I actually didn't expect this to go crazy as much as it did. I just felt like the narrative behind, cards, crypto cards and DeFi wasn't there yet, but this was under the radar going crazy, right? Maybe because it was incubated by the first ever IDO on PokerStarter, which was Maha DAO. They incubated this, right? So this became like a sought out after project that people wanted to get into. And we got into this very early, and it was like one of those underrated coins that was actually holding up very, very big. And we just got like the last allocation for this like a few months ago, and we was able to get out of it. And it was just very good investment in this one right now. I do figure that most people are going to look to try to get back into this one. Now, the next project we got for you guys was so under the radar, but did well for a lot of people because came out right where Cardano's ecosystem was actually picking up, and they was looking to launch solely on Cardano, and that's what I felt like made it very big for them. It is Meld. A few people got into this project from the Patreon group. They was able to reap the rewards. All-time high for this right now was 18 cents. We got into the private sale at 2 cents, right? 2.5 cents, which is pretty big, pretty good. It didn't fully show the all-time high on here, but which is fine. It still shows you that we did well with this project itself. So these are the type of projects that you can get into. You got to find, not say you got to find it. Sometimes you just got to get lucky when you get into projects very early, because some narratives haven't picked up yet. Some narratives fail. A lot of games, a lot of areas are going to get saturated. Like play to earn gaming, we did get into a bunch of play to earn games, metaverse projects. Some didn't pick up yet. Some did decent and didn't go crazy. Some rug pulled, like I said, right? When it comes to the private sale game, you just have to make sure you get into the right private sale. Look who the backers are, and hope that this private sale that you get into will offset any losses that you can potentially take in the future. And especially if you get into it very early, if you get into these projects very early in a private sale, you're able to reap the benefits, because let's say you got into a private sale last year around, let's say you got into any project private sale, like let's say August. You probably would have had a little bit of a win, but then once the market downturned, you wouldn't have been able to fully realize everything that project potentially could have given you in the full bull market, right? So the best thing to do is try to get into private sales in the beginning stages of the bull market, even IDOs, right? Public sales. If you get able to get into IDOs, public sales, you'll do well, because most of them are going to give you their your allocation very quick, but a lot of them are adding their vesting periods to it too. So there could be 20% upfront, and then you get 20% for the next 4 months, something like that. 4 months to make it out 100%. So that is going to be something that you guys got to look forward to coming into the next bull market here. This bear market right now is going to be slow when it comes down to private sales, but there's still going to be great projects launching. They're just harder to get into as of right now. Like right now in the group, things are stagnant, right? Contacted a bunch of projects to try to get into their private sale hub. and we're just going to be waiting back for their rewards. So this is going to be something for you guys to understand into the future later on. But that is the video for you guys. This was just a transparent video to show you guys what projects we won on and things like that. But that is the video for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't subscribed there yet, please do so. We're on the road to 10K subscribers. So if you guys would like to help out with that, just hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment anything in the comment section down below, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.